So, good to speak to some of the drivers on the grid, including Aaron Walker, who lines up alongside pole sitter Ollie Pilker. Daniel Ginchard, now a big bro, but he's going to do his best. Alexander Abskava, the sole Georgian, joins the Brit on row number 2, Lukas Schoenmakers and Marcus Lucio. Good to see Marcus here. First time I've commentated on him. Daniel Armstrong just behind in 7th, alongside Germany's Morris Schmeis. Then it's Petra and Eliska Babikova from the Czech Republic. They round out the top 10. Tom Brachen and Theo Eriksson round out the top 12 rows, top 12 positions. Ahead of Tim Gerhards, Arvid Rosen, Callum Voisin, Kai Gielats, who's under some hefty medication, as Aitis said earlier on, his dad. Nick Gerhards, Aguilera, Reynolds, Ritter, Klus, Van Lammeren, Vilkans, Alibi from South Africa, the sole South African here this weekend, a 2-time Rotax Challenge South Africa Open winner in 2018 and 2019. Then we have Jalawa Outledner from Poland, Hunt Barnia, Simisvara, Austin Lee, Alexander Mikos, Tomas Stolsamanis. Then we have Andrew Douglas, Miro Halika, Sam Gornall and Fahin Mega. That is the 36-strong contingent, as they're now getting into the rolling start formation phase here at Circuito Internacional de Karting Campillos. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. You thought the micros were entertaining. We up the ante a little bit more here at Campillos. A great weekend so far. A big thank you to Katrin Carol Stoutsman for messaging me on Facebook. I'm sure there's plenty more opportunities for your son to have in terms of getting good results, but he's got to be proud of how he's been battling all the day and all the weekend long. We go into the tram lines for 11 minutes plus an additional lap. We go lights out. A great start from Ollie Pilker, who literally caught everyone napping, and Aaron Walker was caught unawares with Abkazava, Ginchard. You've got Lucio in there, Schoenmakers. So it is a Polish driver leading, followed by 4 Brits. Then it's Lukas Schoenmakers, Morris Schmeis. Everyone seems to be getting through the first lap unscathed so far, as the field has now fully exited turn 7. The lead is now through down the hill on turn 9. As it's going to be cat and mouse again, as Abkazava has got Daniel Ginchard right behind. Ginchard starting from third on the grid. Got jumped by the Georgian as the lights went out. Some battling down the further bit of the order with the likes of Sam Gornall, from who's now made up. He started in the penultimate grid position, P35. He's now up what looks to be P32 by my reckoning, as just in front of him. Mikos, I think, might have gone up the inside of Simisvara as Ginchard gets past Abkazava for third place. Meanwhile, the two at the front of the field, Ollie Pilker and Aaron Walker, now lead, and they have a gap over Dan Ginchard by about 6 3/4 tenths of a second as we go on to lap number 2 of the race. Changes for positions. Edgars Vilkans up to P19 ahead of Nick Gerhards. Callum Voisin 13th. Milan Ritter up to 13th. Tim Gerhards up to 10th. Tom Brache now up to 10th position, up to 12th for Tim Gerhards, 10th for Tom Brache. Teammates at SP Motorsport, both running on the Kart Republic chassis, as the top 5 look to be even closer. And then Schoenmakers is trying to close up, as is Marcus Lucio, whose dad said thank you for speaking to him on the grid. I said, well, it's the first time I've commentated on it, as Bracken goes clattering in to the side of Petra Babikova, and that's lost her a lot of places. I count probably 4 to 5 there for the Czech Republic driver. I think Brache just went in a bit too, I think in the terms of American football would be classed as unnecessary roughness, but that is down to the stewards to decide, as Ginchard now catches Pilker, along with that Aaron Walker is leading the way. And again, we've got a repeat of what happened in the junior final, but it depends on what happens, who is going to end up where. The results will be finalised a little bit later, so I'm not too sure. I'm going to leave it to the organisation to give me all the relevant point scores when we go to the podiums at about 4:15 this afternoon local time approximately, and that's in about 2 hours. As Pilker now trying to hustle his way past Aaron Walker. Dan Ginchard now right on the back bumper of the Polish driver. And just behind is Abkazava from Georgia. And then there is Morris Schmeiss from Germany. So we've got Britain leading ahead of Poland, Great Britain, Georgia, Germany, the Netherlands. Then it's Marcus Lucio and Daniel Anderson as Daniel Ginchard steals the lead at turn 16. What? And then Pilker tries to go and he goes off on the gravel. Pilker tried to go up the inside of Ginchard. It compromised him, bolted him down to third place. No, make that fourth as Alexander Abskava now capitalises on the Polish driver's misfortune through turn 16 as Aaron Walker retakes the lead. This switches it dynamically in the favour of Aaron Walker. As Pilker being challenged by Schoenemakers for P4 through turn 6. And right behind them, you've got you've got Morris Schmeiss, you've got Lukas Schoenemakers, Marcus Lucio, Daniel Armstrong, Tim Gerhards, and now Callum Voisin is in the top 10. He started P15 and he's been capitalising on all the carambolages that have been happening out in France. As now Aaron Walker is going to be locked into a battle with Dan Ginchard. And the way things stand at the moment, Pilker would have 13 points, putting him on effectively 38, giving Aaron Walker the advantage at approximately 45 points to his credit. But that is still with 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go, plus an additional lap. It's all or nothing. It's the gloves that are truly off. The elbows will be out. As Ginchard right on the back bumper, it's side by side between Schoenemakers and Schmeiss going up into T1. Up the hill they go again. They're now on lap number 5. This is absolutely relentless from the junior Rotax division. As up the inside of one of the drivers comes somebody else. I think that might be that Callum Voisin has got past Daniel Armstrong for 9th position. As now the hunt is on as Ginchard tries to keep on muscling his way behind Aaron Walker from Strawberry Racing. Alexander Abskava rounds out the top 3 ahead of Oliver Pilker. Marcus Lucio now up into 5th, having started in P6. So even if Aaron Walker gets a 2nd place finish, he will have done enough, provisionally speaking, as Pilker on the back foot and needs to get himself into 3rd position. If Walker ends up 2nd, he needs to finish 3rd. He needs to be in 3rd place at the end of it all. But it's going to be a tall order. So up the hill they come once again, through down the dip into turn number 6, through the left at turn 7. And at the moment, other changes. Petra Babikova has recovered to P15. Callum Voisin has got past Daniel Armstrong to P9. And Voisin started down in 15th. And I'm sure that his dad Dominic's grinning like the Cheshire cat that's got the cream at the moment, because Callum Voisin doing a great job. He raced in a junior last year in the B&L karting series, which gave me a sense that there's going to be something special to come from that young Brit with Coles Racing. Sam Gornall's made his way from 35th to 26th position. A great recovery drive from the Brit after a disaster in the first final. But now Olli Pilker catching up to Alexander Abskava. Walker still leads. The gap between 1st and 2nd, 0.27 of a second between Walker and Ginchard. Abkazava in 3rd. Pilker 4th. Lucio 5th. Morris Schmeiss, Lukas Schoenemakers, Callum Voisin has now got past Tim Gerhards. And they nearly come together through the exit of turn number 7. Then you got Tom Braken. Kai Rielertz is up into P11, despite the soreness on the left-hand side of his rib cage. As it's going to be side by side. Pilker goes towards the outside of Abskazava and makes the move stick. He makes the move stick ahead of Abskazava for P3. He's got 3.5 minutes plus an additional lap to try and close up on Dan Ginchard and hopefully pass him, as Ginchard's going up the inside of Walker to take the lead at turn 16. This is really now changing the dynamics because this puts Ollie Pilka in the position he needs. He'll have 16 points in P3 if he comes across the line in about 4 minutes' time. Aaron Walker, he needs to win this right now. He needs to get past Daniel Ginchard and break the toe and get the momentum back in his favour, because this puts him on 40 points in total. So Ginchard now is going to try and push. But the thing is that he's the one punching the air for Aaron Walker. And if Ollie Pilka gets behind Walker too, you know what, Matt? That means the Polish driver will get a double toe as Aaron Walker retakes the lead on turn 12 up the inside of Daniel Ginchard. Ollie Pilka, Alexander Abskava, and now Marcus Lucio join the fight. It's a five-way scrap. What looks to be the win of the race as Ollie Pilka sends it up the inside. Aaron Walker drifts wide. Ginchard retakes the lead. Pilka switches back. Ginchard back in the lead. Walker goes in front of Pilka. Abkazava alongside. Lucio with the toe as they head down to turn 1. This is absolutely explosive. It's all or nothing. Walker back into the lead. Back in the position he needs to be in. Pilka still languishing in third as Lucio up the inside of Abkazava. Through the turn 5. It's absolutely pandemonium. Walker's dropping to fourth. Ginchard takes the lead. Someone's run wide towards turn 9. That's a Dan Holland racing cart. It's absolutely imploded here. Absolutely imploded. And Ollie Pilka is in second. Aaron Walker touches with him and goes sideways but controls it. Abkazava side by side with Walker through turn 13. And that's Callum Voisin up to fourth from 15th on the grid. 15th on the grid, now going for third, and he's got it. Callum Voisin in third place. Aaron Walker in fourth. And just behind is Marcus Lucio from Great Britain. This is absolutely fantastic stuff. Less than 60 seconds to go. Someone get the defibrillator on standby for me, because I think I might need it. So if you hear the word clear on the microphone, you know why. But Dan Ginchard. Now, if I'm correct in saying this, it could be Dan Ginchard is on effectively 41 points. He would end up, I think, joint second. No, actually, he'd end up second because Ollie Pilka is now in second position on the road with Callum Voisin from Coles Racing up to P3 from 15th on the road. So 12 on the clock. Dan Ginchard will come through turn 16. I think it's going to be for the penultimate time if he can get round turn 17. There's 4 on the clock. He's not going to make it. It's going to be the final lap. Time's expired. Final lap it is. Dan Ginchard leads by a comfortable margin. 0.8 of a second. Ollie Pilka trying to chase him down, but he's got to try and keep away from Aaron Walker, who's down in 4th place. Callum Voisin has done an absolute sterling drive, one of the best of the weekend, to put him into P3. And that will give him 17 points after the end of this action. Theo Eriksson gets past Milan Ritter for 16th. Maurice Schmeis has got past Kai Hillis, who rounds out the top 10. As the leaders come down the hill through turns 10 and 11 for the final time. And it is all kicking off from 2nd to 4th. Voisin goes defensive as Walker goes towards the outside of the turn at turn 12. Can't get the switchback done. As we head down the back straightaway for the final time here in Junior Rotax. Ginchard is not going to be challenged, but what is Aaron Walker going to do? He's got 3 corners to go. Checkered flags being prepared. Ollie Pilka will finish in second, which is where he needs to be. Well done, Daniel Ginchard, to win. And Aaron Walker finishes 4th behind Callum Voisin, of all people. And by my immediate calculations, I must honestly say, I think that means Dan Ginchard will end up as the runner-up in this, but provisionally speaking. Dan Ginchard takes the win of an implosive, explosive, dynamite-filled Junior Road Tax Final 2 extravaganza by 5/6 of a second from Ollie Pilker, who provisionally speaking has won the 2020 Rotax Max Challenge Winter Cup Junior Rotax Division and thereby gets his entry for the full season for a title assault in 2020. Callum Voisin sprung up the order like a coiled spring from 15th to 3rd. Aaron Walker finishes in 4th, which puts him on, by my reckoning, 13 points. So that puts him on 33. You then have Tim Gerhards in 5th. Lucas Schoenmakers in 6th. Marcus Lutzio in 7th. Tom Braken in 8th. Morris Schmeiss, Kari Hillitz ran out the top 10. Daniel Armstrong and Alexander Abkazava ran out the top 12 with Arvid Rosen, Petra Babikova, Harry Reynolds rounding out the top 15. Farin Mega, Theo Eriksson, Sam Gornall, Miran Ritter, Akil Alibai, Thomas Stolsamanis, Guillermo Pernia, Alexei Yalava, Valentin Klus, Miro Halika, Edgars Vilkans, Nick Gerhards, David Adleitner, Austin Lee, Marco Aguilera, Alexander Mikos, Alvar Zimisvara, Andrew Douglas and Daniel Hunt all finished the race. 34 drivers, with Eliska Babikova and Colin Van Lammeren unfortunately retiring on the very first lap of the race.